my name is McBride, and I'm 33 years old. Originally from Texas. I live in Hillsboro, Oregon now. My bike is, it's kind of my tool for adventure. You know, I'd never done a multi-day tour. You know, I'd never done more than two. I mean, I ride almost daily in the summer, but I don't ride 60 miles daily. It's more like 10 miles, you know, to commute. I always wanted to ride down the coast, and I just hadn't made that happen since I've been in Oregon. So I heard about this ride, and I heard about the cause. And my grandmother actually has arthritis, and she's battled that since I've been alive. The most surprising thing about the People's Coast Classic probably was the different levels of cyclists on the ride. I learned that it's very possible to be in, you know, just normal shape. You don't have to be an extreme athlete to ride 6 days and 360 miles. So I learned that kind of the first 2 days we're kind of just training. The second day was definitely the most challenging but most rewarding for sure. But, yeah, I remember that morning getting up and it was cold and having some coffee and breakfast and just kind of struggling to get going. But I mean, within a mile of that ride, we were riding all on pure adrenaline. I mean, I remember the whole group was just stopping like it seemed like every mile we were stopping at a bridge or a barn or some rock overlook, taking a picture of the ride. Basically, we took over the Oregon Coast Aquarium for the night. So we had happy hour and we had big, huge dinner, and then we had, basically if you wanted to, you could sleep in the shark tank. Well, not in the shark tank, but in the hallway of the shark tank. So, I mean, that's something you can't just do every day. The most difficult part probably was just making the registration, just, you know, signing up to do it, because it's a big commitment. You know, it's 6 days, you got to take time off from work. You got to raise that money. So, you know, that's sometimes a big obstacle for folks. But I would say the People's Coast Classic really helps you out. They have tons of tools. I signed up for the ride in the spring, actually, around May 1st. So it gave me enough time to, you know, have a good 5-6 months to pull in those donations from folks. And from my personal experience, I thought arthritis just kind of affected folks like my grandmother, you know, that are older in age. So, but during the ride, we met many people that were much younger, I mean, younger than myself, teenagers that were impacted since they were very small kids, and how they were kind of battling arthritis. And they were along on the ride and telling their stories and how it had impacted them and what they were doing to kind of conquer that.
Way to go!
The quality of the event and the staff is, I mean, it's top notch. It was, that's one thing I really wasn't expecting. I was thinking about the ride and the route and, you know, all of my gear, and I wasn't even thinking about all the rogue beer and all the cheese. It was like a bike vacation, honestly. Like, I didn't have to do anything. I just brought my bike, they carry your bags. Yeah, it's a bike vacation for sure. 6 days, just ride your bike, don't worry about anything else. And there'll be a cold rogue beer at the end every day. So. The great thing about this ride versus others is the relationships you're gonna build, you know, through the week. You're gonna make friends. Yeah, we will definitely do it over again. Yeah, no doubt. Some of the things we saw, I mean, riding down the coast on your bike is much different than driving your car, your RV, or, you know. There's roads I didn't even know exist, in bridges and single lane, you know, highways that it seemed like every corner it was just like kind of a new place, a new experience. And you know, if you drove down 101, you're definitely not going to get that same level of like intimacy with the coast.
Be a superhero and sign up to ride the Amgen People's Coast Classic. You'll be supporting the Arthritis Foundation and the 50 million Americans who suffer from the disease. Go to www.thepeoplescoastclassic.org.